Best day, my dear students. We are now in the topic simplifying rational expressions. Now, simplifying rational expressions is none other than applying the cancellation method. No? But the question is, when do we say that a certain rational expression that is a quotient between two polynomials is already written in the simplest form? That is a question, no? Binisayo na to. Kanus ata makasulti nga ang rational expression nga naka-express, nakasuwat sa fraction na numerator na denominator naa na sa simplest form. Atong tubagon, no? A rational expression is in simplest form when its numerator and denominator are polynomials that have no common divisors. Okay? So, wa na kunoy common divisors. Naka-highlight dito, simplest form. No common divisors. And how to do it? No? How to do it? How to simplify? How to determine that it is already written in the simplest form? So, we have 3 steps. Step 1, factor the numerator and denominator. So, muna ako giingon ninyo guys, no? Wala ta magdali-dali, no? Ato gid ginahinay pag-ayo ang factoring topic. Kay once we proceed to the next topic which is rational expression, it is the primary skill or the primary step that we need to do. So, klaro kay dire, ang una na to buhaton is to factor the numerator and the denominator. Next, divide out common factors. So, di na dire ang cancellation. No? Maniging na to nga. Masuwat na siya sa simplest form kung ma-divide out. Take note, divide out the common factors. And step 3 is to simplify. No? When we say simplify, there are actually steps, no, or series of rules that we need to do. Labi na ni ang rules of sign. No? Usa na ni ana nato worthy to know to discuss is it is written in the simplest form once the negative sign is written at the middle or just beside the line ana ang naagid sa tunga, no? Just beside the line, the demarcation line, naa tunga sa linya. Otherwise, kung ang negative sign naa sa numerator or naa sa denominator, dili pa na siya written in simplest form. Okay? Now, to do this illustration, let us first simplify this rational expression using the monomial, no? Monomial. No? Monomial siya. Again, sa meaning sa monomial, it is a real number or numero lang. Or pwede po variable, or it could be a combination between a real number and a product of one or more variables. So, in this case, mo ang gibuhat na to. Now, ang degree niya sa numerator is 3. Kaya the highest exponent is 3. Likewise, nga ripod sa ubos, degree of 3 gihapon. So, what are the steps? First is to factor out. But take note, dito sa katapusan na ako, balik, must have the same domain in order to be equivalent. So, may kita the same domain in order to be equivalent, of course, we have to apply the division rule or the quotient rule wherein the denominator must not be equal to 0. Otherwise, it will become undefined. So, mao nang gipabuhat na to dire, no? What is the rational expression in simplest form? Sumpay, state the restrictions on the variable. Kay kung the denominator becomes 0, automatically, dili na siya mo equal sa domain sa gikan sa original. So, take note of that. So, ato na ning answeran. The solution, step 1, ingon to, factor the numerator and the denominator. So, pag factor na to, the given is 24x cubed y squared all over negative 6x squared y cubed. Okay, so pag factor out, ato lang tagsa-tagsaon. 24 could be written as 1 times 24, 2 times 12, 3 times 8, and 4 times 6. So, since 6 dahil sa ubos, let us take 4 times 6 or 6 times 4. So, this is 6 times 4 times x times x times x times y times y. Okay na na. So, maniging na to. Sa numerator, 6 times 4, 24. Kung yung x cubed, tulo ka buok, x. And then y squared, duha ka buok. And the other one, there is a denominator, 6 times negative 1. Okay, this is negative man. And then, duha ka x, x times x, and then tulo ka y. Y times y times y. Next, step 2, divide out the common factors. So, diyan diri ang cancellation, no? So, once we apply cancellation, klaro kay diri ang kapareho. This 6, unya, pila ka buok pareha diri sa taa, sa ubos, duha ka buok, diri sa taas, tulo. So, duha rin makancel ni, kay duha rin may pareha. Diri po sa ibabaw, ang y, duha ka buok makancel sa ibabaw, sa ubos po, duha po ka buok makancel. So, mani cancellation. So, cancel out. So, matangtang na ni, no? So, by the way, ang reason aning cancellation is 6 divided by 6 is 1. Mao na, ha? Cancellation. So, we cancel out the common factors. Now, ang remaining factor is 4 and x. So, this is 4x sa ibabaw sa numerator. And the other one is negative 1 and y. So, once we multiply, this is 4x all over negative 1y or negative y. So, nandiyan is simplify and must have the same domain in order to be equivalent. Okay. So, the answer is negative 4x all over, negative 4x over y. Now, take note, wala gibutang diri ni sir ang negative nga sign sa ubos. Muna ako gingon ko ganina, no? The negative number, once we say simplify, it must be written na agad mismo sa center. So again guys, akong remind ninyo how to write properly. Once we say write in the simplest form, write the negative sign at the center. So sa ibabaw na 4x, sa ubos, 1y or y na lang. And then a negative sign na sa sentro. And then ingon diri, state any restrictions on the variable. Now from the start, ang makapasiro sa denominator is 0. Kaya ato i-substitute, if the value of x is 0, this is x squared. So, kaduha i-multiply ang 0. 0 times 0, 0 gihapon. And then, y is equals to 0. 0 times 0 times 0, that is 0 gihapon. And then, if everything is multiplied by 0, wala na. The denominator becomes 0. So, kung x is 0, equal to 0, i-multiply ni mo tanan og 0, wala na mo, 0 gihapon. And then, if y is also equal to 0, 0 gihapon ang resulta. So, therefore, the question, what is the rational expression in simplest form and stating the restrictions on the variables given 24x cubed y squared all over negative 6x squared y cubed is equal to negative 4x over y, which is x should not be equal to 0 and y should not be equal to 0. And that's all.